What was your first memory with baseball?
First memory with baseball is I grew up in northern Ohio area and was a huge Indians fan, and it was just something that my dad really loved. And my first memory really is more so just a feeling of when you'd go to Jacobs Field, you'd walk the tunnel and you just see the ballpark get bigger, and just like the feeling of something that's just like different and just, you know, not a part of your everyday life, I guess, was always something special. And me and my older brother, we loved to always tell my dad we gotta get there early so we could see the grounds crew getting the field ready and players warming up and all that stuff. And my first few memories of sports is always just being with family and being with people that I enjoyed being around.
Baseball has been around Burlington for as long as I'm 57 years old, and as long as I've been here, it's been here. You know, I remember back in the day when a lot of our textile mills used to have teams, and then that transitioned into softball, so sports in general is real big in this area. We're kind of right here in the center of North Carolina where basketball, baseball, football, it's just a culmination of what brings the community together, and I think from Burlington's standpoint, baseball has always been it.
You know, I sure don't envy the people that have to go through the list of 1,200 names filled with our history.
It's an important job. Such a historic event for baseball here in Burlington. They've got to make sure this new team gets started off on the right foot.
It started off as a joke, in all honesty. We knew we had three criteria. We wanted to resemble our hometown, Burlington in Alamance County. We wanted it to be different that no other team had. And then we wanted it to be fun. We didn't want, you know, different wasn't good enough. We wanted it to be something ridiculous, something shocking is actually a word that we kept pulling off, and we ended up having something shocking. So I would say the first part month, we did nonstop. Thomas Vickers, our AGM, Ryan, the owner, and then myself, we pretty much did nonstop interviews with city staff, county staff, residents that have been here their entire life, residents that just moved here, season ticket holders, businesses, all that fun stuff for about a month. And as we kept going, the main theme was, you know, textile history, what was made here, socks and pantyhose, indigo dye was made famous here with the Alamance plaid. So we knew textiles right off the bat was going to be, as we were interviewing right off the bat, it's like, all right, textiles is probably what we have to go with. And we kicked out a handful of names, but Ryan, our owner, just kept saying, we should be the sock puppets, should be the sock puppets. And it was, like I said, as a joke at first, and then as he kept saying it, it was one of those things where it's like, okay, it's no longer funny, it's actually kind of starting to get real. Immediately blew up like nationwide in the sports industry. Like we had orders from I think 30 states in the first week and a half. It's crazy. People Magazine picked us up, the Chuck and Tom Show, Barstool Sports picked us up. But locally, there's a little bit more of a divide between the people who were upset a little bit about the name change. They thought it was too silly, which that was the point. It was silly. And the people that actually enjoyed the name and were ready for this new era. So that was our main marketing focus, was getting over that that divide from the local standpoint.
There's a place around the
shortstop, craze. The center fielder, number 22,
One of my favorite memories of the first 2 seasons here as the Sock Puppets is opening day in 2021. So May 31st, we were under a 25% capacity limit because of COVID. That happened in 2020, but then June 1st, we got the go-ahead from the governor, 100% capacity everywhere. And then June 5th was our opening night in 2021, and it's sold out. We had over 3,000 people here. And so during honestly, the game, I didn't really get to stop and take it in until the fireworks were going off that night. We had fireworks on opening night, and Thomas and I just sat there, gave each other a little hug, and we're like, we're here kind of thing, and it's been a success. Like everything, we had no idea what to expect. We never ran a baseball team ourselves before. We never saw really what a current operation of the Burlington Sock Puppets was going to be. So we had no idea what to expect, and the fact that opening night went well, and we were just watching fireworks shoot off for 3,000 plus fans, and we just sat there and like, this is going to be a fun time. We're gonna do some cool things here. I tell our staff this all the time, and as cliche as it sounds, we know we did our job when we're standing by the gates thanking people for coming, and they have smiles on their face, and they don't really remember what the final score was because they were busy. There was always something to do here. Their kids lasted 4 hours without having to sleep, without wanting to go home. I think that's at the end of the day, that is the entertainment. Like that's the word that really is the lifeblood of the Sock Puppets. It's not baseball. It's not college athletes. It's not just anything other than a fun time and an experience. So that's what we try to focus on, is we focus on the entertainment side of it, and we try to make the game as fun as possible, but also in between innings and before the game and after the game. We want it to all be this huge experiential entertainment venue that people need and people want to go to.
Sports, there's a lot of life lessons in sports. Sports can bring a community together. It can get a community fired up. It can bring, everybody works for a paycheck, but the teams that you root for sort of gives you that pride check. And sometimes a pride check is just as important, if not more so, than a paycheck. So when you have a team that means something to you, it gives you a little drive. It gives you a little something extra. And then, when you start adding a few other elements, then you see friends that you haven't seen in a while. You bump into them while you're in line at the concession stand. Or you reminisce about when you played ball. There's always that feeling that I can still do it even though you can't. And maybe hearing a distant train whistle as the train goes through Burlington, and it all just brings back memories, and it stimulates things emotionally that puts you in a better place.
Come on, Bert.
We've now just ended our 2nd year as the Sock Puppets, and we're thinking about not really scrapping the playbook of the first 2 years, because the first 2 years are very, very successful, but what can we do that is, once again, shockingly different in years 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the road, so we're not stagnant. We want people to continuously come out and have fun with us, and we want to be there for everybody here in the community. So the future, I don't know what the future holds for the Sock Puppets, but I know it's going to be something special. I know it's something to be different. And anytime that you come to Sockville, it's going to be a fun time.